stop loss equals sell loss equals. We talk about all this. However, how do you personally trade? Ask yourself, those who are beginners, it means that they have, how do you call it? They have not really lost any money in the forex market. If I'm right, because some people are very aggressive. They are not contributing at all. They are very aggressive. Challenges signal, they grow. So forex has become gambling for people. You understand? It is only those days that when my father used to play national lotteries, you know, in the early, I think, even early 90s, the number of lotteries we have was not as much as what we are seeing now. It's only certain days that, even that you have to go and watch television, they go and pick the numbers live. I don't know if any of you might see this kind of program. I actually watched it on live fighting. That should tell you what's happening here. Now we have a lot of lotteries going round. So we the youth have been lured into believing that you can apologize to those who are doing sports betting. I am not in any way condemning this because if you are fortunate, you can win. However, the question I ask is like, how many times have you played so far? What did you win? And all your friends that you know that are playing that, which of them have blown? Show me one person you know. Your friends. How do you know that? So all I'm trying to say is that forex trading is not a gambling business at all. And so you can't look at it like that. So if you wait for signal, what you are doing is that you are gambling. Either the signal block or it doesn't. And the one who gave you the signal is not liable to. See, I can sit down here and give you a signal. Whether it counts or not, that's not my problem. I have collected my money. I know people who are giving signals that you have to pay them in order to get the signal. Some people have to subscribe monthly. You understand? So if you win 4 times in the month, you pay maybe $500 or $200 and you win twice and it's not up to $200. That's not their business. You subscribe already. They will tell you they don't regulate the market. It is what they see that they are giving you. The same thing happened to those who give out Lotto. I use Lotto because if someone on the street say, "Oh, Charlie, what's up?" I just have number. Single two. Today be Saturday. It will come. So single 222. How far? For just roger me like 80K or make I give you how do they call them, the number. So the person tell you that okay, this 2 maybe 4 points, and then you say give me 26, and then I give you these numbers. If you go and play this number, these are 2 shots. If the number did not come, do you go back to tell the person that Charlie, the number you give me no come? Now, what happens is that this is the source of addiction to trying to win. If you gamble and then the trade did not go in your favor, the money that you place, you will want to recoup it, isn't it? So you will be forced to place another trade. From that moment onwards, what you are doing is that you have added emotion to the trading. That alone means you are not comfortable. Once you get your emotions into the trading, you are not comfortable. So what happens to you? And we know that psychologically, emotion, an emotion is expression from the brain. So once you are involved completely with your whole body, your spirit, your soul, your flesh, your brain is all into the trading, your judgment will be very poor. And so all you'll be trying to do is, let me get the $100 that I have lost. Let me just get the $100 that I've lost. And from that moment, It's no longer Forex trading. And over here, we will always insist that if you place a trade and your first trade challenge nothing, red, red, second, red, red, third, red, red, okay, go home and sleep. Forget about that market. Close, because the markets, I always say that the budget, one daily trading volume since Africa has been in inception, the total budget of all the 54 African countries that we have, when they put it together from the time they had independence up to date, it is not up to one single day trading volume. A day, one day, what happens in the forex market? The budget of every year, you know, our government goes to parliament to read budget statement and all that. I'm talking about putting all of, I'm not talking about only Ghana, I'm saying the entire African continent. It is not up to the trading volume, 24-hour trading volume money that passes through the forex market. The question is that, how much can you alone make? That you can't wait when things are not going in your favor to come the following day. When we talk about trading psychology, people think it's only about the money. No, it includes your physical being. Because you had an altercation with your partner or your dad or your mom. They are telling you that you are old enough to move away from their house, that you cannot live in their house and be bringing girls into the house, isn't it? Haven't we all experienced this? Especially the gentlemen. The ladies, they go away, we play home. So at the end of the day, they tell you that you have to begin to look for your own accommodation so you can have these things done. You are not prepared to move out of your parent house. That becomes a psychological issue. Somebody can assimilate this, go out, and then that day you said, okay, I need to make money to look for accommodation. You are not sound. Your wife, your husband gave you a problem. There's conflict, there's a challenge, there's altercation. You think that you are sound. Let me tell you something. There should be nobody here or anybody in this world who should think that psychologically you are strong and you can withstand anything. You are deceiving yourself. The reason is that, you see, what they are calling the brain is just one name, but it has various divisions. Those of you who have some science background, you understand what I'm saying. And if I tell you that the electrical volume or the conductive system of the brain alone is enough to generate power, to power the whole of Ghana, you'll be surprised. The power, the nerves that are on our brain alone, if they put it together to form electricity, it can power the whole Ghana. If you put bulb on it, it can light, it can connect the whole Ghana. So these are nerves that are working on us. They control our body. That is why you don't have any control over involuntary actions. These are reflexes. So if you think that, for me, this thing happened by challenge, you know, be anything, I will feel you are lying to yourself. You are just deceiving yourself, because already what has happened, what your eye have seen, has been interpreted by your brain. Subconsciously, you believe in yourself that me, those things all they do don't concern me. Never. You are living in a community where people are fighting. Tenants are fighting, all other things. And then you tell yourself that it don't concern me. You are raising your children around that area. Apology to those who are from the gang communities. Wait until your child tells somebody to bull jibu. Then you understand that what is going on around the environment is entering them. People might not even involve in it, but one day they will tell you, hey, you know where they are from? They are from Bukomo. Why do you use that as a reference? Part of it has entered you subconsciously. So what I'm trying to say is that don't underestimate the power of what? Psychology in trading. If you are not sound, guys, we are talking about money here. Because if you don't interpret the money into Ghana city, sometimes we may not see the value. For example, someone just lost $1,000 in the market. past 3 days. When you mention this $1,000, it will just be like, oh, some 1,000 cities. It's like, well, it's money, but it's nothing. When you convert it back to Ghana city, you take your calculator and punch it and list. Today's exchange rate is about 0.01. So that's 6,000 plus.
Old currency, 60 million.
60 million. Brothers and sisters, we are talking about 60 million just moving out of your pockets like that, and you sit down comfortably saying that, oh, you don't make anything. Look, you are deceiving yourself. Honestly, you are just deceiving yourself. So today, I just want you to see that, one, Forex trading is not a get-rich-quick business. Number two, it is not gambling site where you go, you are impatient. You see, most of us, I like when people are ambitious, when you are adventurous, or you have a passion or a positive anxiety to win. But if you must win with care. You don't win and then become positively, negatively affected through that winning. Okay? So, you don't have to see it as such, and you must believe that it's a gradual process. Whatever you are coming to learn here, look, it's a new thing. Don't think that you have perfected it. No. You have to practice, back test it, try it with, we can use demo, but most of the time you can also use a real account. Find $50, find $100. Tell yourself that I am using you to practice. Know that that $100 you have lost or lose that money in advance. Go to the market, try what you are trying. In that case, you are practically dealing with your emotion, preparing for the obstacles ahead. Initially, I said you don't have to risk more than 2% of your traded equity or capital. So, if you are doing more than that on one bet, my brothers and sisters, that's a lot of money. Lost money in the Forex market before. He's lost on countless occasions until he started doing the right thing, and then he became who he is today. So don't come here and then think that after the lessons you can just go into the market and start placing $100 for whatever you are doing. Place a trade that is worth $250. $100, $50. No, that's a lot of money over here. My guys who are working at a plastic company just around the industrial area here, some of them, their salary is $100 a month because car will come for them and bring them. So they only pay them salary and then they give them lunch. So if you are going to use someone's salary to just gamble with it like that, number one, you are disrespecting that person. you understand? So we must know that it is blood we are putting into the market and we must protect it. Over here we keep stressing on this every day because I want to see you trading every day. And I want you to trade confidently. Don't put your phone in your pocket and then every 1 minute you are looking at it to see what is going on. It's because you are not certain. You don't know what is going on. You are scared. You are panicking. Nervous. You see, and when you are on the platform, what I realize is that some of us can easily be influenced by what other people are doing on the platform. And it forms part of the FOMO. What I said, fear of missing out. FOMO. Now, you are monitoring the page, and one particular person always plays a trade. Blue, 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 blue. You ask yourself, what's this person doing? Then that person begins to drop signals that, oh, do this. Fine, signals are allowed. But you are also empowered to analyze and critique a signal before you pounce on it. You cannot make any king that doesn't make critical evaluations before passing judgment. Excuse me, is not a serious king. So no matter whom the person is who is giving you that indication or the signal that Charlie, go and trade with this, you also have the knowledge. So why don't you also analyze it and see if this is exactly what it is before you go? Other than thinking that, Charlie, if I don't go the page, I will miss a lot of things. So make I go and go see what they do for them. No, that's not what you need. What you need is to be able to analyze, appreciate, feel confident about the market, explore, but test your strategies, practice. Don't put your emotions in it. Handle it as if you go to work normally. And then from there you can have a comfortable trading without necessarily having to be scared, panicking, and having all this discomfort. Are we okay? And I wonder how many of us are doing this. So we tell people that, okay, create a timetable. Tell yourself that I cannot trade if I have an equity of $200. I don't want to trade more than 30% of my accounts per week. So even if you trade 3 times in the week and then you probably you made a profit of say $200 or you make $50 profit in that week. If that is what you have set as the limit, there is no need to go and be trading again. That is how you discipline yourself. The quest to want more, challenge, is the root of what? You place all your trade. Look. You place another one. You place another one. So challenge this one. You can go inside. Boom. You go inside. Boom. It will come back to you. Bam. Yes, because you have exceeded what you targeted. As a matter of fact, as if you want to be a very good trader, you don't have to trade every day to be a good trader. What are we looking for? Profits. If my profit margin is $800 to $1,000 per week, and in 2 days I'm able to make that money. If you are not selfish or greedy, would you go back? What you rather do is to be analyzing, to be learning, to be backtesting, preparing for the following week. So this is how we trade Forex. This is how you can make Forex as a business. So over here we tell you that risk to reward ratio is very key in trading Forex and becoming successful. We tell you that if the risk is not 1:3, don't take the trade. What is risk to reward ratio? Who have any idea about what we are calling risk to reward ratio? Yes.
Example like, let's say if I'm risking $50, I should gain $150.
Very good. That is 1:3. If he risk $50, he should get what? $150. So if you place 3 of such trades and you even lose 2, at the end of the day, your profit margin will be what? Higher than the loss. You only take trades that are pegged on this kind of ratio or proportions. Anything less than this, you don't enter. No matter how clear it is, as a beginner, as a novice, you don't gamble with it and say, oh, Charlie, the way they go there, you will go up by arms. And then we must relax. When the thing hits, how do you call it? Day profits. When you place a trade, you have set your stop loss, take profit, sell loss, all these things. You have to make sure they are in place. In that case, you are only waiting for the trade to what? End. Your emotions are not inside. You know what you have done. But if you don't consider these things, what happens is that our phone is, I have been there before. This is what we do. So every 1 minute you are checking what is going on your phone. But if you take these things into consideration. Take these things into consideration. You don't have nobody, even the next person sitting closer to you doesn't have to know that you are trading forex. Because we have been empowered to oblige it. I've been telling the youth that, honestly speaking, I'm not trying to underestimate anybody's capability here or judge anyone sitting here. However, if you have a smartphone and you are not using it to make money at this very era of technology, bro, you need to review it again. Trust me. Okay, what do you need a smartphone for? To go on the internet and do what? Browse. What are you browsing? Social media. So social media gives you what? You are following your favorite celebrity. His account has been verified. He is making money.
The qubits.
Yeah. Watch the here, so that's why they tell him. He is making money, and then you are, how do you call it? You are just following. When you can also make the money, they know how to make their money on social media, but you are just following. When he decides to post part of his social life on TV or IG or Facebook, you say you are not happy with what he's doing. You don't know he's thriving on the controversies. So you see, we have to also be smart. You can decide to use the most painful part of this thing that I see they use. When I sit in the car with people, sometimes they are holding soft. Yesterday, a student of mine told me that iPhone 13 has been launched. This is somebody who cannot use Android to scan the PDF file. He's talking about so where are we going to? What are you using iPhone 13 for? That phone is almost over $2,000 plus. And you are telling me that it's been launched and then you are, because he's having the Pro Max or whatever they call it. He's having that one and he's thinking about buying the next. Meanwhile, all she does is to take pictures, follow one or two people on social media, and then finally make calls with the phone. And that ends it. Every little thing that is passing by, video is on. Where is this kind of lifestyle taking us to? I'm not saying we should not have social life. What makes social life interesting is what? So when you are going to use your phone to make the cash, see, you can use a keypad phone that is smart to make a lot of money. Someone can be holding the most sophisticated phone in the world. If he's not using it to make money, what's the profit on that phone? So our mindset should be building a gradual business, because when he started, or when a celebrity started building his account, when he created his IG account, what happened? One person followed, isn't it? Then another person followed again. Another person followed again. Then it became large. So why do you think that you can join a platform, a business, and then tomorrow morning you are rich? We have to think about it very well, because a lot of people came here and their mindset is that I can't do this training like for the past 2 months. Charlie, it be only $2,000 way I make. $2,000 be only. You guys should tell me. For Ghana here, $2,000. Or for African continent, $2,000. It be only 2 months. That it means somebody in pension needs money be that too. When you take him like. He said, this guy said something. He said it's what? So at the end of the day, we need to psyche our mind. I just want everybody here today to understand that this business you have taken, there's a platform that I'm following, Women in Forex. In fact, almost everybody on the platform they are all female. And see, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. So if you are two ladies, apology to you guys. If you are a gentleman and then you meet this kind of ladies, you see, the trend in Africa must change. We always see that if a woman is rich, she got a help from a man, isn't it? But I'm telling you the truth that I'm following some serious young ladies on social media. Forex, they are not doing any work. It's only Forex that they are trading. These are people who might have completed a tertiary institution, because if you look at the type of English they type. Huh? But the English doesn't end there. They are using that knowledge. None of them is working for anybody. The kind of ambitions they have, and this person is trying to say he will be doing this in this year, he will visit this place, that place. If they Ghana here, Boku Safi no go before. You understand? So at the end of the day, we need to rethink about why we are here. That's why I ask you, why do you want to trade Forex? What is the reason? What's your reason? Is it because you want to get rich tomorrow? If I say tomorrow, I'm being feasible, I mean quickly. If that is what you brought here, please get up and leave. Because the business you're about to start is not like that. And I don't want you to see it like that. That is the. Do you know how many years I have been in this game? Do you know how long I've been trading Forex? Do you want to know? Over a decade. That's over 10 years of practicing how to do this. Even that I am still learning. He's been in this for almost 15 years. So he's still learning. And then you start today, or you are even about to start, and then you are looking at December buying a Range Rover. My God, your vision, your dream is too big. You serve a big God. And that is how we Africans think. Let me tell you a funny story and wrap up. In one of the African countries, I think Rwanda and Nigeria, an African footballer who is a twin, he is playing under 17 for his national team, and his twin brother has been interviewed back in his hometown, and his twin brother is 40 years old. See how we think in Africa. Somebody's date of birth that he mentioned means that his mother died before he was born. So we always want to shortcut. Shortcut is good. But when you are caught in a trap of shortcut, you will regret it. We have been through a lot of shortcut means it did not work. Do you know what is MLM? You know MLM? Multi-level marketing. Or what is called network marketing. This guy is a pro. If you need MLM advice, ask him. He's gone through all these things. But finally, when he saw this as the game changer, as a business that you can own without going to TMA, in our case, or government license to own a company on your phone. You don't need certificate to own a company on your phone. He went into it. He sacrificed, traveled, he visited some countries to learn more and more and more and more. And he became a brand. So why can't you do the same thing? You may not be interested in teaching other people, but you can also be interested in what? Making the money for yourself. And over here, we say when you make money, you make more money. Because if you are trading with an equity of $200 today, if you are making $1,000 per month, you will not trade with $200 today. That means you are going to be trading with say $500. And that's